Welcome.
Well, we got double hitters
Double hitters today.
today. We got a double hitter today. Good evening, ladies and
Good
gentlemen.
evening. And you're watching the one and only The Blues Factory live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and other top platforms, social media.
Well,
There
whatever,
we go.
whatever. You're watching WJZZ Cool TV live streaming the Blues Factory on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and other type of social media platforms. So,
Like us, follow us, and share, and comment, and subscribe. And thank you for watching WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest
station in the world.
And today, the one and only hostess with the mostest, the one and only Diva
Whatever.
Blues and Soul, the one and only
Don't
Miss
be sucking
Priscilla
up.
Price.
And my co-host, Mr. Al B. Shore Livingston. I started to call you Al Washington. Good evening, ladies and
Good evening,
gentlemen,
everybody.
and welcome. I like to start off my show by announcing what's going on here at the station.
Yeah, we start off our show.
And every Wednesday, we got community updates with Michelle.
Yes,
And on Thursdays from 5 to 6, we got Jesus Washington
Yeah.
with community, with everyday people.
yes.
And then we got the Jazz Spotlight with Grant and Punching.
yes, Grand Punching.
And from 7 to 8, you got the lovely dynamic diva of blues and soul.
Priscilla Price.
And what's his name? And from 8 to 9, we got Miss Kelly.
Yes.
Now, my friend, I called him on Monday and I asked him would he come and be a part of my show today. And he said, yes. Just remind me, you have to remind old people the day. Your PON AM 1460. Welcome, baby. Welcome.
Well,
What an honor to be here.
Welcome.
What an honor. Thank you for inviting me.
Yes, and I called. What's the song? I called you here today, so we can talk about what's going on with this music business, baby.
Oh, whoa. Do we have enough time?
Yeah, well, we got an hour.
All right.
We have a whole hour.
Okay, we'll jam it in.
Start,
So let's
start,
talk about.
starting with whatever you want to start with.
Well, first of all, I am so proud to be in your house.
All
It's
right.
been an honor to know you all these years. I think you're the queen, diva
Oh, okay.
of Detroit, Michigan, and so proud to know you
Well, thank you.
for several reasons. One, because you're gonna tell it like it is. And you know what? You're not gonna sugarcoat it,
Nope.
and you sure ain't gonna lie about nothing.
No filter.
Sure, I have no reason to do none of that.
No. That's one thing I love about you. And as far as music, well, you know how I am. I'm here to contribute and honor the veteran artists
Yes.
that laid the tracks and the roots down for music.
Yes.
When music and voices and musicians were real.
Yes.
That's right.
It seems like some of the stations around the country has forgotten the roots of music,
Mhm.
and they're dealing with the stuff that's I don't call them talented people at all. You know, they're popular,
Yes.
but they don't have that raw talent.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's more production than anything.
absolutely. So I'm committed. I'm committed to the 50s, 60s, and 70s. I put a lot of time into proving that too. A lot of different people. When I started my show 22 years ago,
Oh, that's right. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
congratulations.
The word on the street was that it was not going to work. And for a minute, I had a few doubts myself. Then after about 6 weeks down the road, I said, you know what? This is going to work. People want some real music. They want to go back
Yes.
to AM radio.
Yes.
They want the real artists and that are not out there today. Very few of these young folks know what it's all about.
Exactly. I know I listen to you sometime. You play Sam Cooke.
Hmm.
You play Lou Willie John.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You play Mavis Staples.
Yes.
You know, see, the music back then was music.
Music.
That was
Music.
they were telling stories about what's going on, you know, and today you can't even understand half the shit they be saying.
Absolutely.
And
You're
as
right.
you say back then, the stories that they were telling, we didn't have video then.
Right.
So we could imagine, close our eyes, and
Exactly.
listen to the lyrics.
And visualize it in
And
your own head.
visualize it in our
Exactly.
head. That's
Yeah.
right.
Whether it's good or bad
Yeah.
in the relationship.
Right.
You know, back when the music was real music, if a guy messed up with his girlfriend, you knew a song to play for her, to make up.
Right.
If the girl messed up, you knew a song to play to make her say, feel guilty and want to make up with you.
Exactly.
It was all about love and affection.
Your station remind me of Randy Record Mark.
Really?
Because remember how they used to play nothing but the old stuff. They
Yeah.
played Randy. We couldn't get it down in the city. We had to go up on the mountain where I'm from.
Uh-huh.
You couldn't get the station down there. You had to go. Only thing you could get down there was some hillbilly music.
There you go.
You had to go where you could get Randy, and Randy
Yeah.
came on like what 9 or 10 at night,
Yeah.
and you. That's
And it covered a lot of land.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
yes,
he was a white
yes.
guy.
Exactly.
He was a white guy. He was not black.
Exactly.
But he knew exactly what to play for us.
And that's when I listened to you. I said he playing stuff that Randy Record Mark used to play back down in. They were from Tennessee,
Tennessee,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Gallatin,
Yes,
Tennessee.
Gallatin.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And I listened to you sometime, and baby, let me tell you, I can just lay in the bed and just listen to some of the stuff that you be playing. I think I came on your show one
Yeah,
time.
you did. You sure did. Yeah.
And you just, I mean, and then you are also involved with the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. National Rhythm and
Foundation.
Blues Hall of Fame.
And I'm so grateful that you guys have picked me to be inducted in 2023.
Hmm.
That I'm just so excited. I'm so excited. You know, I know I've been inducted into the Hall of Fame in West Virginia.
That's right. Right.
So I've got a million Lifetime Achievement Awards, but to be in the Rhythm and Blues Hall of Fame, oh my goodness.
Well, you know, Priscilla, the truth of the matter is you earned it, though.
Well,
You know, you paid your dues, and you're still out there working and contributing to the community. And we really appreciate that.
and I'm always trying to help somebody. That's
Yes.
the thing. I love helping people, especially people that want to get off the ground. Like a lady called me yesterday and says, Priscilla, are you working this Saturday? I says, no, I'm not. She says, I need a band and for a repass.
Mm.
A repass. They
Mhm.
want to hear some old school blues and music.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, fine. So it's a young man that's been singing with my band. His name is Shaw. And I said, you know what? I'm going to put him on every show that I have so I can give him some exposure.
Mm.
And he's very good. He's very good.
That's good.
And I reach back in the can and I get that stuff from the 50s and 60s, 70s. You don't hear me singing nothing from the 2000s.
There you go. what's
Go on, sing some Beyonce.
what's worth singing from the 2000s?
Sing some what?
So Beyonce.
The only thing I sing by Beyonce is I'd rather go blind.
Okay.
You know?
And that's not her
Wait,
song.
And that's not her song.
No, don't let Etta
Oh.
hear that.
Yeah, right.
Hey,
There's a
exactly.
problem. She has a problem with
Yeah,
that.
yeah, she
Yes.
did. And you know what? She had the right to it.
Ex-
Yeah.
She really had the right to be upset about that. She was living, Why wasn't she invited to Obama's inauguration to sing the song?
Exactly.
Yeah. And she said it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And she was right about
Mhm.
that too. I can remember the time when Ray Charles and the Raylettes, Margie Hendricks.
Okay.
That was her name, right?
Right.
Margie.
Right. Mm-hmm.
She got sick one time. They came through West Virginia, and I was asked to sing her part
Okay.
on Nighttime is the Right Time
Yeah.
because I was on the show.
Okay.
And I came out there and I sung her song. You know, and I was honored then. But hey, you wouldn't even thought about
I
that.
wasn't talking about that.
But anyway, you know, for to do someone's song and they're still alive, that gives them
Yeah.
like Denise LaSalle.
Yeah.
I did a show with her in Saginaw must have been about 5-6 years
Okay.
before she passed.
Mm-hmm.
And I was singing my old school medley. She came to the door and she the stage backstage, and she was standing there. So when I come off stage, she said, "Bitch, you ain't got now one of my songs in there." And you done sung 60 songs in one song and ain't got now one of my songs in there. I said, "Well, the next time you hear it, I have one of your songs in there."
But you just said something, Priscilla, that the young artists of the day don't know anything about. Back in the good days, if there's three or four or five people on the show, you do your set, go to your dressing room, change, and come back out and watch the other artists.
Watch the other artists.
Yeah, they don't do that now.
No,
They come and do the show, right back out to the bus and go on to the hotel.
exactly.
They do not support each other today. There was a times where artists would come in town to see a person, another artist,
Right.
perform.
Right.
That's not happening now.
No.
No, it's all about
No.
themselves and that's it. There's no unity.
None whatsoever. I was watching Bobby Blue Bland on the computer, and he and Bobby Rush and Johnny Taylor,
What a combination.
baby. And Johnny Taylor told him, says, "Bobby, I've been here for 3 days watching you."
See?
Can stuff like that?
That's
it
giving.
gives
That's
the
giving
other
homage
artists,
to
Yeah.
other artists. That's right.
Right.
make them feel, hey, listen, he just as bad as I am.
Right.
Got many hits as I have,
Right.
and he come and sit down and watch me.
Right.
You
There's,
know?
there's only one artist that would not do that. One. You have any idea who it is? And the funny thing, they were as big as you can get, but they was always intimidated by other artists.
Male or female?
Male.
Male.
Would never watch another artist.
James Brown.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
James
Yeah.
Okay.
Brown.
Yeah, I've heard some stories about
Yeah.
Mr. Brown.
He put me off his show at the Apollo Theater.
Well, I can tell you why. And I wasn't even there. I can tell you why.
What was that?
You worked too hard. And you put too much pressure on him. And it probably was his show, wasn't it?
Yes.
And yeah,
Mr. Schiffman. Mr. Schiffman, I was singing with the band, the Apollo band.
Okay.
And I was supposed to open up the show with the Apollo band because James Brown was bringing his band on. He told Mr. Schiffman I couldn't do it. And you know who Mr. Schiffman is?
That's right. The owner of
Frank
Apollo.
Schiffman.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He told him, says, no, she can't. Mr. Schiffman gave me my check, and I'd sit up in the balcony and watch James Brown.
I heard a story about of James Brown where the group, I won't mention the name, they had these bad red outfits, and they had wore them on another show, and they was gonna wear them that night. And James Brown told them, "Don't wear red."
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
when they came out,
He calls the shots.
he had on red.
Yeah.
They all had on red.
He calls the
Yeah.
shots.
But he loved his fans.
Yes.
He loved his fans. Other entertainers, he didn't like them. There's only two entertainers he gave praise to, and that was Sam Cooke and Lil Willie John.
And the Willie John.
That's it. He's never said any other artists were good but them two.
Yeah, it's strange that you say that. You're absolutely right. I've never heard him
No,
talk about other.
no. When he passed away, Al Sharpton put out a press release. Entertainers, please do not come to the funeral because we want this to be strictly about James Brown.
Exactly.
That was that was a false statement.
Wow.
He put that out because he knew no entertainers were going to come
Right.
because none of them were hardly close to him, you know. And that was the camouflage. That's what it was. And only two people showed up was Michael Jackson and Bobby Bird was there.
Right.
I think Prince was there.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think that was it.
I want to say this, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching WJZZ Cool TV, the Blues Factory, live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and other top social media platforms. So,
Like us, follow us, and share, and subscribe, comment, and thank you for watching WJZZ Cool TV,
The coolest station in the
In the
world.
world.
and you know, the female artists are not like the female artists that were back in the day.
No. In fact, I just posted something about that a couple of days ago. The female real veteran artists, they sang
They sang.
with clothes on.
Yes.
They didn't need to be half dressed
Yes.
to get the attention for that.
Yes.
They used voice.
Yes.
Yes.
You had
They had class,
Yeah.
elegance,
Lisa LaSalle.
style.
You had Gladys Knight.
Yes.
You had Aretha Franklin. You had Shirley Brown. You had Tina Turner.
And let's not forget Millie.
Oh, that's my girl.
I know.
That's my girl. You know that's my girl. That's my girl. Millie Jackson, you know, and all of these female artists back in the day, they were real singers.
Yes.
Real singers. And now you got these girls coming up there half naked with the eyelashes that reach over across the microphone.
Like Betty Boo.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And they doing all of this stuff and shaking them down. I can understand some of them girls, they got to do that because they don't have the voice.
They don't have the voice. Yeah.
Oh, Jimmy
Yeah.
Fallon's show. I think it was last night. I'm trying to think of the group that he had on there. It was a female singer, black girl. But when they came out, they all looked like pole strippers,
Is that so?
and they were dancing, and they was turning, and they were twerking, and they were. And I was just like, "There's no style, there's no elegance in that.
No.
There's nothing like ladylike. I've always been a lady." So these new young artists now, females, they're just not getting it being groomed.
No.
You know.
And I tell you another thing that's missing too. Why it's so weak out there? Because we don't have the record companies like we used to. The record companies would that was the
game
structure.
has changed.
Yeah. They would structure the artists, you know, because they represent the record company, and we don't have that now.
No.
You know, we got all these independent artists that record something and just drop it off at the record company. You know,
No, they put it on YouTube, and all of a sudden they get so many hits, and
Exactly.
the next thing you know, they are, they blowing up.
Quincy Jones said about 20 years ago. He says, you know what? If we don't grab a hold of this here record business, it will no longer be a record business.
Exactly.
He said
Yes,
about
as
20
we
years
know.
ago, and that's where we're at now.
That's where we're at now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where
Yeah.
we're at now. But you know what? They ain't gonna stop me. I'm gonna sell my damn CDs.
There you go.
Shit, whether you got a CD or not, go buy one of them little $5 ones and stick in your car. You can plug it right into the porthole and play you some Priscilla Price. Shoot, the music that now, if you buy a CD, people, well, I ain't got no CD player. I said, well,
Why don't you have a CD player?
Now everybody's downloading.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
downloading.
I don't give a
I
shit
get
that
that.
download my stuff because they ain't gonna get the real Priscilla Price.
Was in one of the things that they're doing over in the UK, they are doing vinyl.
Vinyl?
Yes,
And,
yes,
and they still have CDs over
Yes.
there. Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
right. Well, I haven't been over there since 2002.
Okay.
But when I was over there, Roy had to send back home and get more CDs.
Isn't that something? Yeah.
We took 3 boxes each when we went. Well, we was in 5 cities,
Okay.
but he had to send back home. He had to call the girl and tell her to ship some more overnight.
Let me ask you this, here, Priscilla. You've been overseas. You performed over there. Why is it overseas, Japan, England, and stuff? they honor the black veteran artist.
Hmm.
I don't care if you made a song if it was 40 years ago.
Right.
They still recognize you as an entertainer and a star.
Exactly.
Here in our own state, our own country, if you're not current, you're forgotten. Why is that? And it's mostly in the black community too.
Exactly.
That's the sad part.
That's the sad part. Now, when I was in Italy, we toured 5 cities in Italy. And each one, when you drive into town, our driver and our the guy that speaks for us and understand what you call him,
Interpreter.
interpreter.
Yeah.
We were driving to town. You won't see nobody in that town that day. That night, when we got to the vineyard,
It does.
jam,
Mhm.
Yeah.
jam packed. Now, I'm gonna tell you something about here in Detroit. I love the city. I love the city, but you got these promoters bringing these big
Mm.
stars into the city and won't put a local on the show.
And that's another thing that has died down. There used to
They would
always
need
be a
to
local
change
act.
that. That needs to change.
Yeah, it needs to change, really.
That needs
They
to
will
change.
not. Shane Park, Aretha Franklin Amphitheater.
Mhm.
They got that big venue down there, and they bring Kim. Well, Kim is local, but not local.
You should have had an opening act for
An
a local
opening,
act.
a local opening act.
Yeah.
The Fox Theater. They should have in their contract, if you're gonna bring Jebediah here, you're gonna have to use one of our artists from here.
Right, right.
You know, and it really don't make no sense because you got a lot of great talent right here in Detroit.
That's local.
That's
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So, I remember a time where a Local 5, the Musicians Union, they made sure that you had to have some local
Yeah.
talent on those shows.
That's right.
A lot of young folks now don't know anything about the Federation of Musicians.
That's
No.
right.
So
right,
they're
right,
not
right.
they're not member, and it still exists.
It exists, yes it
It
do.
still
But I'm gonna
exists.
tell you something about the Local 5. I was with Local 5 for almost 20 years.
Mm.
Never got a gig.
No.
Well, they don't get you no
I
gigs now.
paid my insurance. I paid my dues.
Yeah.
I had insurance with them, and I paid my dues, but never got a show.
Really?
One lady, what's
The
her name?
only show that we
Would
would
be-
get would be at Hart Plaza. That was the only
Sure.
one for the year.
Yeah, but see, I didn't get that through the local.
Hmm.
I didn't get that through the local. When we was at Hart Plaza,
Mm.
the lady that I knew her, she had us down there for that African thing.
Okay.
Each time we was at Hart Plaza, I knew somebody
That made it happen.
That
huh?
made it happen.
Mm.
It wasn't because of the Local 5.
And it was just only a couple of times with James Chaney, because he's been a Local 5 member for ever. And he would get, we would get maybe one through the local a year. That's all it was.
Man,
But
they
other
never
than
got
that,
me
we would
shit.
get nothing.
Do you remember Willie Green?
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
I remember.
Yes.
I mean, he used to show up.
And he show up at the bar.
I mean, I'm really. And he took care of business.
Yes.
Yeah.
He would show up at the bar. I remember many times Danny Blue said, "Oh Lord."
Take him really
I
good.
mean, and he was what, the union rep, right?
Yeah, he was
Exactly.
really good.
And he was strict.
Yes.
He
was
was
strict.
stripped. I
Yes.
watched him knock somebody's amp off the stage.
Is that right?
I was a young kid at the 20 grain,
There you go.
and I was about 12, and we were doing a matinee thing.
Okay.
And Willie Green came. I always heard remember his name.
Uh-huh.
So Willie Green. So they shuffled me up those back stairs, behind the winding stairs. And he came up in there, and he was asking about Chili.
Okay.
He said, Chili played the bass, and he was really one of the Motown Funk Brothers.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
of them were
Mhm.
doing that. And he said, you ain't been paid, your dues ain't paid.
Mm-hmm.
And he had to shovel up some money
Yeah.
And
But
if your
you can
dudes
do
ain't
that
paying, he
was
gonna make you
crazy.
stop playing.
That's
He
right.
ain't gonna
Yes.
let you
Yeah.
play.
Yeah.
That's right.
No,
Right.
no,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
That
Willie
was-
Green was no joke.
He had
No.
a rep. Everybody would
Yeah.
say Willie Green.
Uh-huh.
See that big
But-
red.
Thank God, I'm
I'm
still a member of AGVA after,
Okay.
and I don't have to. I don't care. Well, I did a lot of work that I had gotten back in the day from after 802
Mm.
out of New York.
Okay.
I did, and the play that I did, Ain't Nothing But the Blues. I had to belong to after.
Okay.
So that was, listen, I never do another play again. though.
Really?
Between working, rehearsing,
It's
and
tough.
trying to do, oh,
It's
baby,
tough.
no. Well, anyway, I done been there, done that. I ain't got to do that shit no more. See, all I got to do, like right now, is a show every now and then
Mhm.
when I feel like it, because I can sit and wait for direct deposit.
There you go. There you go. You know, that's when the show business is really good.
Right.
You know, when you don't really have to do it.
Right.
And most time you do it because you enjoy doing
I,
it.
From
I
the
really
love.
do.
Yeah.
I really
The love
do
of
enjoy. I
entertainment
enjoy
industry.
every, just like my birthday party. People are mad with me because I didn't do a full show.
Mm.
I only did the one
It's your
song.
Okay.
party.
I said, but they came to entertain me.
Right.
So now I'm doing a Christmas show. So y'all can come and I will do y'all a whole show. An old school blues Christmas party December the 17th
Mm.
from 8 to 12 at 3606 East Forest at the DRMM Hall. Tickets are $25 in advance, $30 at the door, dinner included, while it lasts.
There you go.
We got Lady Love, Mr. Shaw, and yours truly, Priscilla Price, and our music is DJ Spoon.
Jason.
So-
Mr. Southern Soul.
Get ready, the tickets will be on sale next week. And I ain't selling no 1 or 2 tickets, I'm selling whole tables.
See now,
Well,
now the
alrighty
business
then.
part is coming out in you.
right. And don't forget Sunday nights. Sunday
Oh yes,
fun day.
yes. Sunday Fun Day. With Al Bracy.
Al Bracy at the Goodnight Lounge.
At the Good Night Lounge. He's making sure that he's giving homage to the first
Autism.
responders, autism,
And the mental.
and mental health.
Okay.
And he's been doing a fantastic
Right.
job.
And plus
over
he's
there.
having his birthday party this Sunday coming.
He having a birthday party?
Yes,
Okay, I'm going
over there.
down. I'm
He's having
I'm
his
coming
birthday
out.
party. Al Bracy. And don't forget that the thing with the ladies on the internet podcast, Nin
Oh, Nin Bailey.
Bailey.
Okay.
You know they I voted for her anyway.
Okay.
I forgot what they call it now. Shit, that's what happened when you get my age.
Yeah, I don't know the name either.
Anyway,
But you voted.
I know what it is. But anyway, they're having a thing coming up pretty soon. I'll put it up on my website, on my Facebook page. They got a thing coming up, and I also wanted to congratulate David and Monique Mo.
Only?
The raw lady. Fuck it, she know her name. I want to congratulate her on her show.
Congratulations on your show. You know who you are.
Hell, I get on here, I forget some of the stuff. I was supposed to write that stuff down and I don't.
And I want to make sure, David, that you get this memo
Okay.
and you spread this memo. When anybody say old school, you tell them no, you didn't get the memo. It is real school.
Real
Because
school.
what is real shall stand the test of time. And that's
Absolutely.
what we are. We're real school.
I like that.
Tell
I like
tell David while we doing this talk. Who we talking about?
Okay,
The people.
one of our platform is about giving homage to unsung musicians, entertainers, writer, arrangers, producers here in Detroit that has helped propel a lot of known acts forward, and nobody knew who they were. Marvin Gaye was the first one to give credit on his album when he did What's Going On
Yeah.
to all of the background vocalists, the musicians,
The first
writers, arrangers. That was the very first,
Out of Motown.
because they didn't do that.
No.
So
No, they
there,
didn't.
Detroit is still the music mecca. So I don't want nobody to get that twisted. Detroit is still alive and bursting
And
with entertainment.
it's even big around the country. Detroit is really big around the country as
Oh,
far as
yes.
the music is concerned.
Yes.
Yeah, we haven't lost that.
I mean, anytime that I go out of town and I'm at somebody else's show and I'm out of town and I say I'm from Detroit, they're like, wow,
Hmm.
Detroit, Motown. So they always give us,
Yeah.
we get that. So we get high kudos
Yeah.
about
yeah,
Detroit.
Yeah. I try my best to let people know that, Motown, it definitely, it's got big legacy.
Yeah, but
there's-
it wasn't the only
It
one.
wasn't the only one.
Was it?
There was a lot more to Detroit sound than just Motown.
That's
lot more.
right.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
That's
they
right.
were talking about all the
There's
recording
Golden World.
studios and
Thelma Records.
Yep, Thelma Records. That was even
Westbound.
Westbound.
all of
yeah,
them.
Lupine. That was one of the first. Even G Records, going back to like '52.
Okay.
Oh, I wasn't old enough to know nothing about that.
Me either.
Trying to think of the label that Nolan Strong was on. Mr. and Mrs. Brown. The Fortune Records.
There you
Fortune.
go. There you
Yes,
go.
Yes.
Fortune
Yeah.
Records.
Yeah.
They had a little record shop. That was the very first recording studio that I recorded in at 13 years old, playing drums.
Got something.
And I always thought it was just a record shop, and go right back in
The studio's in the back,
The
right?
studio was in the back, and he'd even make you your first vinyl copy.
Hmm.
He burned it right there.
Yeah.
And I was in awe as a kid
Isn't that something?
to see that.
Don Davis,
Oh yes, Don Davis,
United Sound.
United
Mhm.
Sound.
Yeah, Ernest Kelly and Johnny Griffith,
Mm.
Beth's father.
Yeah.
We did Funny over at United Sound.
Is that right?
Mm.
And Funny went to number 37 on Billboard with a bullet.
Did Mr. BG ball him out for for working with you?
No,
But them
no.
guys, the musicians at Motown Records, they had to farm their stuff out to make ends meet.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, but
yes, they did.
see, Funny was sung by Maxine Brown.
Exactly.
Sammy Taylor wrote it.
Sammy Taylor.
Remember Sammy Taylor? It used to be Sam and Dave.
Yeah, yeah.
Sammy Taylor came here from New York
Okay.
to work with me and Johnny. We did all of the rehearsing in Palmer Park at Johnny Griffith's house.
Okay.
Beth was a little baby crawling around under the piano. And we did that at United. We cut it at United Sound.
Really?
We stayed here a whole week until we went in the studio and did that.
So, did you know Sammy Turner?
Sammy Turner, yes, I did.
Is he still around?
I don't think so.
Really?
I don't think so. Who was that we were talking about? Sammy Turner. Tig. Berta know every damn
Yeah, let me
body.
check with Bert then.
Berta know everybody. I've been trying to get Bert on my show ever since I first started.
Oh, that would be very interesting.
Yes.
Get him down here.
I've been trying to get him on there ever since I first started. He ain't never got time.
We want to go out and just drag him over here.
Exactly.
Tell him we're gonna
Because
take
he
out
ain't
the lunch.
working no more.
Yeah, bring him right here.
He ain't working no more. His granddaughter done took over the business, so he can just. But I'm gonna get him. Because see, Bert got a story to tell.
He sure do.
You know, from Belle Isle to Jefferson,
Mm-hmm.
downtown.
Hmm.
I've been knowing Bert forever. Me and Bert good friend, but I just don't go to bars, and he know that.
Okay.
You know, I stopped about 4 years ago. And that's it. I ain't going there because I just don't. Been there,
Really?
done that.
Gotcha.
I had no. I got a bar at home if I want to drink. Shoot, plenty coffee, plenty orange, Fago orange. I'm advertising Fago orange. Yes. Tell us, David, about the Hall of Fame.
Okay, now the Hall of Fame. We're going down to Marks, Mississippi, September 30th
Right.
for the groundbreaking event.
Okay.
The the museum is scheduled to be built there, and that's about, I think, about 60 miles south of Memphis.
Okay.
Okay.
The town is about 2,000 people.
On Roger Road.
Yeah, yeah. So I guess they're looking to get the tourism in there.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you know, Lamont Robinson, who was the CEO of the National Rhythm and Blues Hall of Fame, tried different cities, and this one here seems like the one is really supported, and they already donated the land.
Okay.
So we're going down there, and I'll know more about it then once I get there.
Okay. But that's
That's
gonna be
awesome.
awesome.
Yeah.
I told Lamont along when we sat down in the studio over in Highland Park,
Yeah.
back in that meeting and everything, and
Yeah.
he was talking about trying to build one here.
Yeah.
I told him then, I said, these Detroit ain't gonna let you.
Yeah.
You know,
It's a hard fight.
listen, he's bucking against too many people.
Yeah.
Dan Gilbert,
Mm.
the other one,
Mhm.
Yeah.
you know.
Mhm.
His family, all of them, you know, he's bucking against too many people because now I tell you one thing, if he had came up with that idea in front of them, then he might have, you know,
Oh, that would have made a difference.
it'd have been a
Mhm.
whole different
Yeah,
situation.
yeah. It would have been a different, totally different scenario then. But it's, you know, the thing about it, hopefully you can put it in a place where the town itself supports it. That's the
Yeah.
first thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Exactly.
And then, of course, you gotta get the financial support. And then after you get all that done and get it built, then you got to depend on the public support.
And I'm gonna tell you something, down there he gonna get it.
Down there,
You
yeah,
know
yeah.
why he's gonna get it down there? Because all your Southern soul musicians,
Mhm.
music people, they're all down there in Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee. They all down,
Yeah.
and he's gonna get that
Yeah.
support,
Yeah.
just like the Football Hall of Fame right there in Canton.
Exactly.
You know,
Right. Right.
I see cars down there from everywhere.
Yeah.
So you know they're gonna be, and then hey, he right on the coastline.
Yeah. And the
Almost.
thing about it, a lot of people don't want to admit it, but Detroit has never been a tourism town, and it never will be.
No,
Detroit is a working man's town.
Hmm.
It's sitting here, up here. You know, you don't pass through Detroit.
no,
If when you come to Detroit, you come into Detroit.
right.
It's not like Chicago, Cleveland. You can pass through there to go to New York, or you know. So when they put the casinos in, we were talking about that. They said it'll bring all the tourism. No, it brought the local folks, the working man,
Yeah.
is supporting the casinos.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They get all my damn money.
Yes, they do.
Shut the hell up.
Some of mine too.
Just, ladies and gentlemen, you're watching WJCC Cool TV live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and other top social media platforms. So like us.
Follow us and share and comment and subscribe. And we are the Blues Factory. And thank you for watching WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station.
In the world. Yes, baby. I tell you one thing though. Lamont's got a good thing. And what I like about he's determined.
Yeah, he is.
He is determined.
Yeah. When
You know.
I've always told him he works better under pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he really
Yeah.
do.
It's just like he like scolded me at the Anita Awards. I told you to wait. It's okay, pops. All right.
Yeah, it's gonna be a pleasure to get you in there. Get you inducted.
Yes. And
Which it should have happened in 2020.
yeah, but pandemic took.
Everybody knows what happened
Yeah.
that year. You know.
Yes, pandemic started. And you know, I wish that it was some kind of way that when this all get together and everything, that he could get a bus too, because I I got about 50 people now talking about they want to go.
Yeah.
You know? And see, that's 2023. God let us live and nothing happen and keep us healthy and safe.
Yes,
I'm going to have
Lord.
50 people.
Well, you know, now, let's keep our fingers crossed. 2023, it may be held here in Detroit.
Okay.
Yeah, because that won't be finished down there. It
Right.
won't be scheduled to finish 2024.
Okay.
So we may do one more here, which I think it should be here,
Yes.
to let people know what's happening. The ones that have supported it, going down there, want you guys to come too. So,
Yes.
Hopefully
yes.
that'll work that way.
That would really be
Yeah.
something if they had it here. Oh, wow.
yeah.
You know, it's just wonderful to know that I'm going to be a part of, well, I'm already a part of history. I'm old as hell. But,
Well, you know, but you know, being an artist, Priscilla, you know this feeling. One of the greatest honors you can get is being honored for what
Yes.
you've done,
Yes.
for your legacy.
Yes. That's
And the
correct.
other thing I think I've never experienced. I'm not an artist, you know, but I think that probably the greatest feeling I think a singer can get, and they can never get it again, is the first time they hear their record on the radio.
Yes.
No matter where they're
Yes.
at. You remember the first time you heard yourself on the radio?
1969,
Okay.
Mr. Miller cut this song on me called Do I Stand a Chance with You?
Hmm.
In 1969. Leo Price, my god brother, he did the music and everything.
Lloyd Price.
Lord Price's brother.
Brother, yeah.
Right. See, they cut this song on me, Do I Stand a Chance with You? And when I heard that, boy, let me tell you, I thought I was shit. I was the shit.
It's on the radio, y'all. It's on the radio.
But see, I had already
That's right.
been performing
Yeah.
with the big artists like Sam and Dave,
Mhm.
Otis Redding, Solomon Burke.
Yeah.
You know, I had already been performing with these guys before I got this
Yeah,
record.
right.
But this white guy, Mr. Miller, he saw me and he wanted to cut this record on me. And they did it, and him and Leo, they took me in the studio. The studio wasn't no bigger than this room.
Hmm.
And like you said, they made it the demo right there
What city was that?
in Long Island, New York.
Really?
Long
Okay.
Island. Because, see, I was there from time I graduated high school in 1962 until 1971.
Oh, okay.
See, I just moved here in 71. My mom had a stroke, and I
Mm.
came here and stayed. And then Wilson Pickett was recording for Lord and Logan on
That's
Double
right.
L
Yep. Double L Records.
at down in at the turntable.
Mm-hmm.
And man, those were the days.
Weren't they?
Wow.
Those were the days.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Ooh, we traveling with Sam and Dave, traveling with Solomon Burke. Solomon Burke used to put on the king's robe and the crown, and they would put him a chair on the stage, and he come out there. When your baby,
Yeah, that's him.
leave you all alone, baby. Let me tell you, I used to have
Yes.
fun on the road with them guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, and Wilson Pickett,
Oh, the wicked picket.
I traveled with him. Leo's band was playing for Wilson. Remember the girl that had the record called Hypnotized?
Yeah, Linda Jones.
Linda Jones.
Yeah.
She was on the show. We was at Hoppy Adams' place in Maryland.
Okay.
And the band wasn't playing the song good enough for her. Wilson said, bitch, you can't sing no way. Percy, get on up there and sing Hypnotized. Wilson was a monster, baby.
Yes, he was. Yes, he
Wilson
was.
Pickett was a monster,
Yeah,
let me
yeah.
tell you. But he was listen, he was making that money.
You know, I was going to tell you, as foolish as he was, he made good money, and he had sense enough to keep it. When he died, he was in
That's
good
because
shape
he had
financially.
he had good manager, Jimmy Evans.
Yeah.
Jimmy
Yeah.
Evans was his manager. And he made sure
He
that
took your business.
he took care of
Yeah.
business.
Yeah.
And Wilson traveled. I mean, I was on the road with Wilson longer than I was any of the other
Okay.
guys.
Mm-hmm.
When I performed, God Rest the Queen, I performed for her in 1967 in Montreal, Canada.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
19, her and the Prime Minister.
Okay.
1967. They thought I was gonna sing. They told me I had to sing the national anthem.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I sung "Oh Canada."
Hmm.
She stood up in the Prime Minister. They all stood up. They was up on the thing up there, and we was down in the like Hart Plaza.
Okay.
But we were down in there, and they were way up,
This-
away from the crowd.
There's
You
not
know.
too many singers can say they sung for the Queen.
I sung for John F. Kennedy.
Really?
I even was on the compound out in Hannahsport at their compound performing.
Now you're teaching me something I didn't know.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. John F. Kennedy, baby, let me tell you.
You are living legend.
Damn right.
You know, it seems like our time just goes by
Yes, it
so
does.
quick.
Yes, it does. And I'm so glad to have David Washington here with us talking
Yes,
about,
yes.
what's
Haven't
going on
done
in
up
the
yet,
music
is it?
world. Just about. We got
Really?
about 3 more minutes.
Let me clarify something. You
Okay.
mentioned earlier on in the beginning that my show remind you of Randy.
Randy Record Mark.
Right. Let me keep it straight.
Okay.
I patterned my show after Tom Sherman,
Oh,
Okay.
boy.
WCHB.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to be honest and keep
All
it
right.
straight.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
got-
but I mean, I'm talking as far as the music.
The music. Yeah.
The music.
Okay.
Okay, with those are some of the stuff that I did with Ernest Kelly and Johnny Griffin.
Okay.
That's what he was showing.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Wow.
Me and the Soul Sisters. I don't know if you know who Mike Jemison is. Mike Jemison, he's a preacher now. He sung background for Aretha. Him and his sisters was on my records that I did back with Ernest Kelly and Johnny Griffin on the
Okay.
Geneva label. Donna, Sylvia,
Geneva
and
Labels. I really
Donna,
like that.
Sylvia, and I can't think of the other one. Janice,
Huh.
and Mike Jemison. And Mike Jemison and I had a song together.
Okay.
But these guys, Johnny Griffin and them, they were just putting them down.
Boy.
Yeah.
They had about 4 of us on the label at one time. Chloe, Mike, myself, and then the girls. But
See, Priscilla,
Anyway.
you are a walking history book.
Yeah. A living legend.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
baby, listen, I can go back as far as 1959,
Mm.
and I wasn't even out of school.
Yeah.
I would run in the jukebox and sing and come out. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say thank you for watching WJZC
Yes,
Cool
thank
TV,
you.
The Blues Factory. My special guest, Mr. Dave Washington. Our time is just about up. It's up. We got to go. And I'll see y'all next Thursday.
Yes, we will. So God bless you. We love you. And subscribe.
Don't forget. See it. Sandra Richardson, Carolina.